The X-Man Tornado V3, arguably the best speed cube released in 2022 and still one of the best on the market today. Even used by Max Park to set the 3x3 world record single in 2023. The Moyu RS3M V5, a more flagship version of the original RS3M, one of the most universally loved cubes ever. Released in 2023, this cube rivals the flagship quality of cubes 3 times its price and is used by some of the best one-handed solvers in the world. Today, we're going to compare the two and see which one is going to be my new main. Let's get into it. Okay, so the comparison today is going to be based on 5 categories: price, features, accessories, turning, and finally, we're going to do an average of 150 to find the winner. First, we have the Tornado V3. The Pioneer version of this cube, which has the UV coating, comes in at $45 at the time of recording. For the RS3M V5, there are 5 versions, but the UV-coated version of this cube comes in at just $25, almost half the price of the Tornado V3. Safe to say the RS3M wins this category by a landslide. Next, we have the features of each cube. Again, starting with the Tornado V3, this cube has primary internals and offers adjustable magnets with 5 different settings, along with a tension and elasticity adjustment system, each with 5 different settings. The cube also has corner-to-core magnets along with the standard corner-to-edge magnets, which gives each turn an even stronger magnetic pull. Oh yeah, and it can do this. Anyways, the tracks on this cube are very subtle, and the edge pieces are very strangely shaped to conform to the massive centerpieces, which, along with the ball core, adds stability. The cube also has maglev, which means the spring has been replaced with 2 repelling magnets. Now for the RS3M V5, this cube has very nice aqua-colored internals, but no adjustable magnets. Inside the centerpiece, we have a screw along with an elasticity adjustment system with 8 different settings. This cube also has corner-to-edge and corner-to-core magnets just like the Tornado V3, as well as the same maglev system and ball core, which means it can also do this. The tracks in this cube are more defined as well to reduce the friction between the pieces. While both cubes have incredible features, I think the Tornado takes this round for its increased customizability over the RS3M. Now we move on to accessories. For the Tornado V3, the cube comes in this sort of Apple-like box with a graphic of their maglev system on it. Once we get the box open, we have the cube, which comes in this plastic case, as well as the accessories box. Inside the accessories box, we have the magnet adjustment tool, a cleaning cloth, some pamphlets, and this really nice, almost leathery bag. I've never felt a cube bag like this before. It's actually really cool. For the RS3M V5, we have a simple cardboard box with a cool graphic of the cube on the outside. Opening the box, we have some pamphlets, a bag with the screwdriver and elasticity adjustment tool, and the cube inside this robot case, which is really cool, but pretty unnecessary. Again, I don't really think the robot case is necessary, and it's unfortunate that you have to pay extra for it to get the UV-coated cube, so I think this round is going to have to go to the Tornado V3. For the 4th round, we are finally comparing the turning of each cube. Now, I do already have each of these cubes set up to my preferences, but the turning is still different enough to compare the two. The Tornado V3 I have set up with a combination of Silk, FC Rush, FC Calm, FC Glide, and Angstrom Dignitas. I've also set the elasticity setting to 1, the tension setting to 3, and the magnets to the second weakest setting. This combination gives the cube a very pillowy but slightly gummy feel. It also makes the turning very quiet and overall is very enjoyable. The regular corner cutting on this cube is also very good, but reverse corner cutting isn't great, probably due to the large centerpieces. The cube is also insanely fast, which leads me to overturn every so often, but I found whenever I try to slow the cube down, it just becomes gummy. The RS3M is set up with the same combination of lubes, and I have the elasticity on the loosest setting, just like the Tornado. The turning, however, is quite different. The cube is kind of clacky, and the turning feels less smooth. The added stability from the ball core allows the cube to be really fast, but still incredibly controllable. Corner cutting is about the same as the Tornado, but I feel like I get fewer lockups when turning fast, which allows me to execute algorithms smoother. Overall, I like the feeling of the RS3M more, so it's going to take this round. So, tied at 2-2, it all comes down to the solves. I did an average of 150 on both cubes over the course of a few days, and here's what I found. The turning of the Tornado makes my solves more fluid, but I mess up algorithms due to the corner cutting issue. The gumminess of the cube also makes me work harder to turn, so I don't feel like I can do a ton of solves in one sitting. I did get a few good times on this cube, like this 979, but my solves were pretty inconsistent. The RS3M was more consistent. The speed of the cube meant I was able to execute algorithms faster, but my look ahead wasn't as good as on the Tornado. I felt myself messing up less during last layer, and since this cube isn't gummy, I found that I was able to do more solves in one sitting, and the cube just felt more enjoyable to solve on. I also got some pretty good times with this cube. But now, let's see the results. For the Tornado V3, my mean of 150 solves was 13.82. For the RS3M, my mean of 150 solves was 13.33. So the RS3M has won the competition and will be my new main going forward. My first competition with this cube will be at New England Championships in late August, so we'll see how I do. Well guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm going to be making a mains and goals video for New England Champs coming up very soon. But until then, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.